Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt Connerton from IPM Nation here with you. And I've got another week of great new music from a variety of New Hampshire-based artists from across the spectrum. Many different genres represented on the shows we do every week, and lots of exciting new stuff. And I want to open this week with someone who I just became aware of. He's actually put out quite a bit of music over the years, and I did not realize this gentleman existed. But when I found him online, I found him on Bandcamp, and I was just so impressed. And we're definitely going to look into having him on the show so I can interview him and maybe feature his music for a full episode. But his name is Adeem, Adeem. Just one word. And this track is called 31 Songs. And I heard this and I just absolutely loved it. It kind of mixes genres a little bit, but it is catchy and it is just really, really well done. So this is 31 Songs by Adeem here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
Something falling from the sky. Rain say repent now. Sin will make a man blind. Numb to my gambling bones. Stuck in my hollow unknown. Breathing, turning, screaming when the sky was raining stones. I'm sank with all my strength. I shoved that ceiling away. I ain't no match for the heavy weight of the day. Hush cries and afterlife sing me to sleep. And then it finds the secrets I wanted to keep. And they steal away now as the drums come fast. And the story starts then before my breath gone past. Last I saw before the darkness came. Devil born in gospel say, born in death like he's so brave. Saying anointed left that grave. Struck me down for fuel decay. Brought me round the shovel's blade. Still with one that let them pay. Open come to me I pray. Let me speak again to say. Let me speak again to say. The wicked ain't never gonna rest. When it's hell tripping grace Lord. Escape was planned as soon as I make bail. Got money stashed away in case I fall. In case my plans fail. I'm shipwrecked on dry land. The wings sang through metal bars and they called me the freedom. Seen them fall the sound of my guitar. Electric static scream. Put those blues in my theme. Found me in that true Kevin died. Living past my means. I seen the kind of trouble so close it gave me a name. Gave me till the count of 3 to go back where I came. Lord, I showed them hell before 2. I showed the body good aim. I swear it's true. The eyes that saw were never same. Another night under stars, under shoes, under pay. Thunder split that black sky. Heard those sirens in that rain. Moonshine got me, and the sun ain't far behind. And it's time to let me bash since I let that luck leave me blind. My circumstances got me 7 ways to Sunday. Caught at that crossroads, walking out the reaper's way. The pain I feel to play, 6 lanes that never break. I'll move again no matter what my burden weigh. From this dirt road to dirt floors, this time I'm gonna get mine. Bullet to the heart, or that whiskey full of strychnine. The blue it got me gone, never had another option. Tonight will be the night that they remember Robert Johnson. Calm before that white light, the dark clouds are still. So I play against the green, cause my name can't be killed. stranger walking that road, stressed like the scout, nowhere to go. And he told me I'm the one, and he told me my device, said he let me play like hell if I paid his price. The quiet crickets listened in the grass, Lord. They played the witness while I'm christened by this past, Lord. Sweet Chicago, I'm coming home to rest, and the road won't help me, it can fix my mess, Lord.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet and IPM Nation. This is Matt Connerton here with you from IPMNation.com. And if you haven't figured it out, I don't do a whole lot of talking on this show. I do some other programming where I talk quite a bit. But on this show, it's about the music, and I try to feature and cram in as much music as I can each week on this brief time that we have together on this program. So, for everything I play tonight, I will tell you who they are, and I'll tell you the name of the song, but then it's up to you to go online, find them, find their Bandcamp page, find them on Facebook, find their website, buy their music, or, download it if it's free, whatever. Get to a show, find out where they're playing and get to a show. But like their YouTube videos and all that good stuff. But or I should say, give thumbs up on their YouTube videos to be more precise. But there's so much great talent out there. I don't even often when I do these shows that are compilation shows where I feature a variety of artists, I very often don't even repeat these artists over the course of the episodes, because there's just so much talent right here in the Granite State. It really is remarkable. But we are going to play next a band that we featured on the show once before, because I found another song by these guys that I absolutely love. This is a really great band. I've become very fond of them. The name of the band is The Connection, and the song is called Get a Haircut, here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet.
I was a rebel from the day I left school. Grew my hair long and broke all the rules. I didn't listen to my records all day, with big ambitions of when I could play. My parents taught me what life was about, so I grew up the type they warned me about. They said my friends were just an unruly mob, and I should get a haircut and get a real job. Get a haircut and get a real job. Clean your act up and don't be a slob. Get it together like your big brother Bob. Why don't you get a haircut and get a real job? I even tried that 9 to 5 scene. I told myself that it was all a bad dream. I formed a band and some good songs to play. She was my number one fan. She took me home to meet her mommy and dad. They took one look at me and said, oh my God, get a haircut and get a real job. Get a haircut and get a real job. Clean your act up and don't be a slob. Get it together like
Up next on this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet, this is a band that they've got a really cool sound, very, very sort of indie, I guess you would call it. But I really like this track a lot. The band is called Ephemera, and the song is called Left Coast here on Local Outbreak.
It's getting dark and I feel fine, lost in between Graham Hill Road and Highway 9. But there's a red robin chirping in my ear, and a breeze behind my back. I took a long deep breath of redwood air, and I found a railroad track. This is clarity, I think. Or is this sanity a trick? Later that night, I found myself 20 feet above the boardwalk, questioning my mental health. And these sad songs getting in my head of honestly I can't remember. So I closed my eyes and thought how far I've come since September. Woke up and drove down the coast, so far away from the things I care about the most. And I hate how much I feel detached from it all, save this familiar buzz of a phone. I want the Northeast back, rainy days intact, the only place I'll really call home. And it's a thrill to be where I've never been. But I'm ill, sick for familiarity.
Continuing on with Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet and IPMNation.com. This is Matt from IPM Nation. And here's something interesting. This is Run Riot With Me is the name of the band. And this track is called Dead and Dancing here on Local Outbreak. Matt Connerton here with you this week on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet and IPM Nation. And we'll maybe get a little melancholy for a moment with singer-songwriter Dave Richardson. And the name of this song is Relatively Speaking.
feet are cold, joints are creaking, getting old, relatively speaking. Coffee's on, drip, drip, drip. Break of dawn, take a sip. News report, bombs away, blood for sport, just another day. Socks and shoes, coat and hat, sky looks blue. Would you look at that? Take the dog for her walk, then back inside, front door lock. Car is cold, brakes are creaking, getting old, relatively speaking.
Here's something interesting on this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This artist is Michael Mann, M-A-N-N, and the song is called The Keep. And this is just a really interesting piece of music here on this week's Local Outbreak. Let's get a little loud here on this week's Local Outbreak. The name of the band is CSEA, and this is called Breathe on this week's Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. We are getting toward the end of the show, so before we start to wrap up here, I just want to remind you of a couple things. So if you're interested in checking out previous editions of the show, it's been 7 years now that we've been doing this. You can go to ipmnation.com/local outbreak. We've got the full archive there. Right on that page, you'll find about the last year to a year and a half worth of episodes. And then if you click the archive link on that page, it'll take you to the full archive, going all the way back to the beginning, all the way back to episode 1. So it has been a lot of Local Outbreak. And like I say, please, I really implore everyone, encourage everyone, please support your local music. Anything that you've heard tonight thus far that you like, if there's a particular artist, or whether it be a solo artist or a band or whatever, anything that you like, please seek them out online. Find their music, find their Facebook page, like the page, find them on YouTube. There's a lot of great resources, bandcamp.com, reverbnation.com, and there's always newer ones too popping up that people might not even know about yet. But and of course, a lot of these bands will have their own websites too, a full site which will have, hopefully if they're doing it right, and not everyone does do it right, but if they are doing it right, it'll have links to their social media and links to where you can get their music, whether it be on iTunes or wherever else. They might have a SoundCloud page. SoundCloud is another one that a lot of artists are using these days. But, seek them out. If you like what you hear, please support them. Even if you can't support them financially by actually purchasing their music, likes on a Facebook page are helpful. Or send them a message and say, hey, I heard you on Local Outbreak, and I really like what you're doing, and I really want to get to a show and check you out live or whatever. But it's just really important because, I know from my experience in playing in bands, when you're out there, slugging it out in the local scene, it really, a little bit of acknowledgement and just knowing that there's people out there who appreciate what you do, a little bit of that goes a long way. So, like I said, anything that you heard tonight that you like, please reach out and support local music. Supporting local music and local businesses, to support our sponsors too, please. It's very, very important, and I appreciate you doing that, and I appreciate everyone who supports the show, who listens to the show, whether you listen every week or just occasionally or whatever. That little bit of acknowledgement helps keep me motivated to continue to do this every week, because this has been a labor of love of mine for, like I said, it's been 7 years now. I can't believe it. Gone in the blink of an eye. But I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate 100.1 The Planet very much, because there are fewer and fewer FM radio stations that actively support local music. Shows like this tend to come and go on a lot of stations, because not every station makes that commitment, but The Planet made that commitment and has kept it, and I'm so very, very grateful to them and for continuing to carry this show every week. So we're going to wrap up. We got one more track for you. This band is from Manchester, New Hampshire, and they're called Thunderhawk. Now we're going to do something a little unique, though. We don't usually do this on the show. We're going to bend the rules a little bit. Thunderhawk, great band. They've been around for a while, very big in Manchester. They play a lot of shows around here. But and we definitely got to get them on the show for an interview. But they did a cover of a song that we don't usually play covers, but it's just so good. It's so well done, and I think it's very, very appropriate for the times, for what's going on in the world right now, given recent events and whatnot. So again, we don't usually do this, but I just couldn't resist bending the rules a little bit this week. This is Thunderhawk, and it's their cover of War Pigs by Black Sabbath. And in my opinion, they just knocked it out of the park. So we're going to end the show with that. this week on Local Outbreak. Thank you all for listening here on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Thunderhawk War Pigs.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of test construction. In the fields the bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah! In darkness, world stops turning. Ashes where the body's burning. No more war.
war pigs of the power. Hand of God has struck the hour. Day of judgment, God is calling. On the knees, the war pigs crawling, begging mercy for their sin. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.